Spider-Man. Spider. Okay, sorry. Hello and welcome to another episode of Techbytes. This is episode 44. I would have said drum rolls like Omole, but nah, I'm not gonna be like that. So yeah, Techbytes is where we bring you the latest news from the world of tech and everything happening as regards tech that concerns me and you. And today I will not be doing this alone. I have with me Ebere. Hi Ebere, how you doing?
Hi, Danny.
Yeah. Long time. No, not so long, sha, but yeah. Then we have a very familiar face again, yeah, and that is David Afolayan. David, welcome back.
Thank you very much, sir.
And we also have Tommy Wo. Tommy Wo is also here again, a familiar face too.
Thanks, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know, how was our week? Was it good? Was it Spider-Man-y?
Well, we thank God for not spoiling our eyes.
Sure, along me, Baba.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple of things happened over the last several days in the world of tech. Interesting things, right? Like things we probably never thought would happen for some months or years to come. And we'll be talking about all of this today, especially the threads and Twitter battle. I mean, it's not just Elon Musk and Zuck that wants to fight physically now. It seems they want to fight with their platforms too. So within all of this, as well as, of course, we'll be taking you around the world of tech in 10 minutes. So, Ebere, take us away.
Okay, so the first story is Twitter is suing Meta over Threads app. So Twitter has threatened to sue Meta, and according to reports, Twitter boss Elon Musk has sent a letter already to Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg. So in the letter, he says that Twitter has serious concerns that Meta has engaged in systematic, willful, unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets. So they hired dozens of former Twitter's employee and then just had access to the company's trade secrets. And right now, Thread has over 50 million signups. This was like, in comparison to Twitter, it took Twitter 2 years to reach 1 million when they launched in 2008.
But the people Meta hired, maybe it was Twitter that sacked them now. You sacked people.
I mean, lots of companies actually took them.
Why hire your competitor's staff?
It's not
like
today.
dating your your friend's ex now.
It's not today. Everybody in poach around and we're all poaching ourselves.
Not really, actually. It's like dating your friend's former sugar daddy because you know it will still benefit you.
Right, I mean, so I don't know why Elon Musk is taking it personal, but
I think it's just, it's
the,
pained.
the fundamental question is: did Mark Zuckerberg and his team actually steal Twitter's codes? If the answer is yes, then there is a violation. But if the answer is no, then there's really no issue there. And we know at some point that Elon Musk went open source, except if he did not actually do it. The implication is that you've made your secret available to the world. And we know Mark. That's the way Mark works.
simple. Like,
Baba know the
it's not today he has been stealing people's idea and repurposing it.
Allegedly.
Okay, yeah, allegedly. Right. I mean, he has done it for many people.
Allegedly.
Twitter is here.
No, there's nothing allegedly now. All of us know
He
the
did it for Snapchat, did it for everybody.
They copied everything, status,
TikTok.
everything. So Mark is like that. Everybody knows. Just safeguard yourself.
It's your turn now, Musk. Bele.
Just safeguard yourself.
So the next story is ex-manager who defrauded Amazon of nearly $10 million, and she has been jailed for 16 years. So she's an operation manager, and she was issuing out fake invoices for, say, in less than 10 months when she started. She got other teammates on board, and they were issuing out fake. They'll create fake identity, issue out fake invoice, get payments, and she was buying cars. She had like over 2.7 million in her account when she was caught. She had a Lamborghini, bought Tesla, bought a house, and now she has to spend 16 years in prison. So the catch here is this: after she was caught, they placed her on. She was released on bond, and then she got another job with someone else. And then when they asked her if you were kidnapped, you were arrested for this, she said no, and created a fake judge court order with her colleagues that she was never arrested, that she has been released, the whole matter died.
This one is adding criminal. $10 million. What's the drive? You know you are committing fraud and you are living lavishly. Like,
That's the thing about these guys. Like, why live
What's the
lavishly?
purpose for a fraudster? It's to live lavishly.
What's the point?
What's the objective for a fraudster, really?
But that's $10 million. Damn, that's some serious bar.
O-
That's
O-
somebody
Osh-
Series
Osh-
A,
Osh Poppy will be very proud.
right? That's somebody Series A, and you will still use it for like 2 years runway or 3 years.
Yeah, I think overall for Amazon, that is a call to really analyze their processes. Because there's no matter how big you are as a company, it gets to a point where you will just leave some lapses that would allow for some things. How could people be using services?
Fake
We know it's a
invoices.
subscription service, so
Yeah.
it's not like Amazon is buying and selling those subscriptions. But at least you should have a financial process that shows that certain bills are not coming in and services are going out. How many subscribers do you have? What is the total value of the subscription? And is the company getting that value in
Value
their
for it.
account? So I think it's just a call to other big players like Amazon too, to be able to check and see if the math is mathing. 10 million is not small.
$10 million. That's somebody's. Oh well, somebody's net worth. Generations.
Okay. And again, just a few months after Apple launched their Vision Pro, they are launching, not even launching,
Is
their AirPod Pro now is going to double as hearing aids. And this is a big win for the community of people living with communities of people living with disability. But how are they going to incorporate this?
Yeah, they say they are
to
developing
AI?
a function that will play different tones and sounds for the person's ear. So it depends on how you react to those tones and sound. Then, of course, there's that adaptive hearing thing that plays your surrounding
But it's going to
a
be
bit
more
more clear
expensive.
to you. It's going to be more expensive, but I also like many of these guys. Yeah, they're just releasing one feature per time to collect more money from us, because I don't understand why this was not. Why this
Done
cannot
in the
just be
very
an
first
over the
place.
air update to all the AirPods that have been around since. Why are they having to launch an entirely new AirPods Pro just to collect money for this? Because it's not giving.
Like,
All of them are just launching one product, but
I think someone once said that Apple creates a problem and then creates a solution so that you pay more money for it. Because normally, I'm sure scientists have already said that most of the members of our generation that like using earpiece and AirPods and now some of us might face hearing disabilities in the problem in the future. But now these AirPods are even expensive, right? I expect
Super
that they'll be
expensive.
So how many deaf people would actually be able to afford them? So why are you really helping? Who are you really helping? You know?
So they are anticipating that a lot of their users will be deaf, right?
In the future, yes. I
of
believe
course,
so.
yeah, like you'll be deaf. So,
So
this is
don't
what you
stop
need.
using the AirPod.
Don't
even
stop
if you
using,
go there.
but we've already created a solution for you in the future.
Ah, God.
But that's the same thing they do for smartphones too. They just release one new tiny thing, and boom, it's iPhone 15. One new tiny thing, boom, it's iPhone 16. And they're collecting thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, which in Nigeria, it's a lot of money.
If they read the book about marketing and making profit, I would like to read it.
Yeah, they need to release one.
I would like to
Apple,
read it.
they need to release one.
the next story is FIRS plans to collect VAT from market traders using tech.
Which market traders?
There's announced a partnership with Market Traders Association of Nigeria to collect and remit value-added tax from their members, especially those in the informal section, using a unified system technology.
What have they been doing
So
since?
how is that going to work?
So they're going to collect, I think it's like awareness of VAT collection and remittance in the marketplace. So what they're going to do is that they're going to, I think, ask traders, or I don't even know,
The
deploy
technicality.
technologies to...
The technicality is much. I think the devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. So far so good. We know that
They already collect so much.
there is a very, to be honest, there's a very efficient informal collection system.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to markets like Yaba, Lagos Island,
The one guy
Oshodi,
coming to collect money.
everybody that sells by the roadside has somebody that they pay some sum to.
Mm-hmm.
All you just need to do is harmonize that system.
Simple.
So if you want to be collecting from the person that is selling bend down select at Yaba, Are you saying that Suraju that used to come and take 200 naira
not
every
come
year
again?
will not come again? Or you just rather onboard Suraju to a system and say, if you collect 200 naira from
Market
150
here.
people, how do you remit it to government? So the devil is in the detail, really.
It's interesting, and to a large extent, these people are already overtaxed, right? Like heavily taxed. They are paying VAT on the goods they are buying. Then when they bring the goods to their stores or their shops or by the roadside or in their everywhere, the average guy still comes to collect protection money. Somebody will still come and collect security money. So how are they going to harmonize all of this? Would this be part of the VAT system, or is it that there will be a new rollout of new VAT payments alongside all? It's
And I've seen criticisms of the system. You see people say, why are you using MATAN, Market Traders Association of Nigeria?
That's what
Why
I was
don't
all
you
of them.
bring it? This job is not a job for somebody that is wearing collar and tie.
It's not for the tech bro with a MacBook.
The person that will collect money from market traders will have to have shoko in the head, because market traders in Nigeria are not refined people, and you have to.
It's the informal sector, so
the informal sector needs that kind of balancing. But I really think that the first point is to be able to properly account for how much is being collected as we speak. Who collects it? Because I know I've been in markets before, and you see people say, "Oh, this particular 100 naira that we are paying is for the owners of the land." It's not a government money. It's the families that control that
market
space,
area,
the land and the air, the principalities and powers. So are they also part of government collection? You hear things like, "Oh, chairman for Ramoto, if a chairman wants to buy a car, they are contributing for 500." Is it? So those first, let's harmonize the system. Okay, these monies that are being collected, who is getting it? How much is going to local government? How much is going to state? Then you can now computerize the process. But if government does not set up that structure to understand and harmonize the structure as it is, it's going to be a waste of time.
Again.
Trust me.
Somebody somewhere is just still going to be collecting another additional tax on this technology.
And the market people cannot verify.
Of course, the Yaloja will just tell them, this is what we'll be doing now.
Everybody will be blaming federal government. They won't know that.
We'll get angry, we'll get pissed, they'll shout, they'll do everything, but they'll still pay it.
Exactly.
Eventually.
System in Nigeria for the informal sector.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Now how long to take? The next story is South Africa plans to admit Starlink only if 30% of its equity is owned by women, black people, and people living with disability. So, South Africa Minister of Communications has announced that Starlink must adhere to South Africa's rule regarding the 30% equity requirement to operate legally in the country.
Wow.
So, they need individuals, they need people that have individual electronic communication service license, people that have individual electronic communication network service license to have at least a minimum of 30% equity in the business before. That's people historically disadvantaged people, that's people living with disability, women, black people. And Starlink, they've been saying they want to launch in South Africa for a very, very long time, but now if you go online and you say you want to buy, they'll say they cannot deliver unknown due to regulatory policies.
That is almost 30% time.
Elon Musk,
but
Elon Musk lived in South Africa.
30%, that's a lot. That's a lot of people, because Starlink is not creating Starlink Nigeria, Starlink Kenya, Starlink Zimbabwe.
Exactly. It just sounds like they don't want Starlink.
Exactly. So that means they're saying Starlink should create a Starlink South Africa, sell shares, and these people would buy 30% equity or have by some means, maybe stock options as employees and all of that, 30% equity, then use it to run, to be able to launch a Starlink.
But
I don't think Elon Musk is interested.
So the question is,
no,
I'm not even interested in all of the technicalities. Like really, if you really want to, you want everybody in South Africa to have shares in Starlinks, even the ordinary people, Okada riders and all of that. My problem really is, how is that process going to be done? Do ordinary people really have the capacity to buy shares in Starlinks? Are you going to be listing a public shares, or pretty much just make a rule to say, let some of us in South Africa have part in Starlink? I don't really think women, less privileged, handicapped people can really buy the shares. I really think some South African powerful people want to have shares in Starlink.
But up to 30%. Damn.
But I don't really think that is a good way to approach an international business. To really think about it, if Starlink sells its modem to people, or it's the box, Starlink box to South Africans, and they use the internet from South Africa, the South African government is really not making anything.
But
We use Starlink in TechNext, but is the Nigerian government making money from Starlink?
VAT.
Which VAT? You are paying directly to Starlink.
Starlink could be remitting.
So I have my own theory that in South Africa already there are plenty other internet service providers.
Yeah, so Starlink is just like
might not want Starlink to come and kick them out of what I'll compete to them. So because the way you listed these requirements, it just seemed like
everybody come on.
let's just forget about it. Well, that's interesting. I mean, they have a very high internet penetration, so it's not like maybe they would need Starlink, but it's not like they are heavily craving Starlink that Starlink come and save us like we will be in Nigeria because every of our telco is
why train short at Nigeria? We didn't need Starlink to come and save us. It's just added value, added benefit.
I really think that is going to be a question on policy in Africa. We have the same situation in Ghana. Not many Nigerian companies can launch in Ghana except they have a Ghanaian and have some shares. And you see a lot of Nigerian tech startups, fintech especially, after launching in Nigeria, launching in Rwanda, launching Kenya, the next thing they are going to
outside.
Asia.
Yeah.
Or they are going to Canada or UK. So it shows that, and many of them will not go to Burundi or Gambia or because when you look at the rules in those countries, I think we are really affecting. Africa is affecting Africa's growth with these needless policy directions. Just look for ways to make money from the system. Okay, Starlink coming, but for every modem you spend, we are going to take X amount as VAT. Just coming out in the free space. What's your business? Who wants the business?
And that's crazy. I was checking out something yesterday. I was saying that Africa's export to outside Africa is like $45 to $50 billion worth. Our import is about 35 to 40. But intra-African trades, by whatever means, merchandise, services, and all of that, is just about 8 or $16 billion.
For you to do that 6 billion, you have to go through sweat and blood.
So it needs to improve.
Have you tried buying tickets to some other African countries? Like, even making calls. If I want to call somebody in the US with my Nigerian line, I feel more comfortable making that call if I have a one.
It's expensive calling somebody in
Ghana. But you call somebody in Ghana or you call somebody in even Benin Republic.
Very expensive.
Before you know it, 1 minute, the entire 1,000 naira is gone.
It's gone, yeah. WhatsApp.
It seems there is a deliberate system in place to ensure that we don't interact with each other.
We thought AFCFTA was supposed to solve that, but years down the line, we're still waiting. But yeah, no wahala. We move.
I don't think it's like now out of this whole news. I don't think it's just Starlink. It's just South Africa that is tackling Elon Musk. Now they have Threads. We have Mark Zuckerberg taking over the social media space. I mean, I feel like he's the king of social media now. He has Instagram, Twitter alternative, Facebook, WhatsApp. Let's just say TikTok.
He has always been the king of.
He has always been the king of
he
social media.
He has been looking at Twitter with one eye, like for a very long time.
I think he wanted to buy them at some point, but they didn't sell.
I'm sure. I think part of why he's the king of social media is every time he sees a new trending social media app, he tries to buy. If you don't sell no, or he cannot buy for some reason, you'll find a way to take that feature that makes you enticing and incorporate it into his own. Same thing with stories, Snapchat. What he wanted from Snapchat was stories, and then we had stories on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook,
everywhere.
When Clubhouse started,
it was Twitter that tried to buy Twitter. So even Twitter is guilty. So it's not like they are.
It's the game. But everyone learned from TikTok. But everyone learned from.
WhatsApp was lucky they sold. Else, I'm sure it would have started something.
No, I don't think he
started Facebook messaging.
Yes,
Instant messaging.
So he needed to buy WhatsApp. He was like, I want to buy this.
And but it's very fast because Blue Sky came out. So we're looking at Blue Sky like there's going to be the next big thing, and then all of a sudden, Mark Zuckerberg said he has Thread. Like, where is Blue Sky in all of this?
But how's our experience been? Tell me what you're on Threads. What was your experience been like on Thread so far?
So it gives me that nostalgia of Twitter, but I miss my Twitter community. So all the people I follow, so naturally I follow everybody I follow on Instagram, on Threads.
Yeah.
But I followed these people because I wanted to engage with their pictures and videos.
Mm.
Now I'm
Think of
seeing
what
them
they
type.
think.
So the fine girl I followed because I thought she was cute. Now I'm seeing the way she types and I'm like,
What I ordered was what I got.
something like that. And yeah, so it's just different. So I miss my Twitter community, but the Threads experience is just.
Ah, that's
I mean,
interesting.
I've used it for like a day, so I'm sure that time
It will get better. David, how's the experience been on Threads?
Same. So in terms of user experience, is almost the same for me. I don't use Twitter that much for me to miss a couple of things, but like Tommy was said, most of my friends on Threads are my friends on Instagram, and we'll follow each other for different reasons. Now I'm seeing you type. And I'm beginning to see how stupid all of it looks like. So it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah,
Okay?
actually.
I think at some point Mark's team really needs to think of how they can help people replicate their Twitter experience on Thread and really separate it from Instagram. Instagram is not going to do any good. You can use Instagram to sign in, but don't replicate the community on Instagram on Thread. Rather, find a way to help people replicate. So maybe you can create a feature where you can automatically see your friends on Twitter. I know Elon Musk will not give him that access. So if you can find a way, either it goes to your phone book and automatically finds the same way TikTok finds your friends that are on your contact list and make you follow them or suggest them as followings for the early days. Other than that, it'll not be the same.
Yeah, because actually there is still that violence. I don't know if violence is the right word, but that's Twitter vibe, right? I'm still not feeling on Threads yet. Threads is still, everybody's still composed, everybody's still bringing Instagram thing. I'm here, I am here. People are still posting pictures and videos, and I'm like, no, that's not what I'm here for. And I'm seeing, like you said, I'm seeing people that I will follow, maybe church and people in the community, and I'm like, oh, this is how you tweet? Oh, okay.
Some people like Tommy will follow people on Instagram because they were twerking.
Yeah. Now
imagine the twerking lady tweeted.
Yeah, and I'm seeing
tweet and twerk. They're not the same.
Some kind of questions of if your mother-in-law is sitting in front and the wife is, and I'm like, who is that, bro?
We passed this level.
What's my cut?
We passed this conversation in 2016.
So I saw a statement from Twitter CEO yesterday talking about the same thing. Like, you can do everything, you can copy the templates, you can copy the style, but you can never replicate Twitter's community.
Yeah.
And well, like I said, give it time. I'm sure that Mark Zuckerberg will come up with
She should try tweeting that thing from an account with 100 followers first. She will know the kind of community you have on Twitter. But then, what has been your favorite feature so far? I know we've talked about how it could be better, right? But your favorite feature, what has it been like?
Okay, so there's this popular thing a lot of people say about Twitter, that you create a Twitter account, you try to play with it for like a week or two, you don't get the hang of it, and then you go away, and then you come back after some months, and then you realize that this app is actually fun. The idea that I already follow people I know, that's linking my Instagram account to Thread, is actually quite a sweet thing. So I'm already seeing people I know, even if I don't like some of them or I don't like some of what they write about, but it gives me that sense like I don't have 0 followers. Like as soon as I created my account, I had like 100 and something followers already. So I'm
wow.
Let's
influencer.
Yeah, something like that. let's get good.
Yeah.
Let's get good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
I know you've not signed up yet. I don't know why.
I'm just trying to learn. I cannot still understand what is going on Threads.
Are you?
Yeah.
How old are you? Are you 50 plus?
But you use Twitter and use Instagram.
Exactly.
I use Twitter and Instagram.
It's pretty much like
I want
Twitter.
to just try it. I want to try it out, but let the hype die down.
Oh, okay. You think you're mature?
Yeah, exactly.
But David, what has been like your favorite thing on Thread since you joined? Like,
so like Tomo said, it's a fact that you. So 2 things for me. One is like moving from one car to another. So you're not exactly trying a new car. You know how to drive. So I've seen what Twitter looks like. I'm just going to something similar. And for many people, Thread is just like a backup to Twitter.
Yeah.
So people sign up on Thread some people sign out of malice. Like we have been finding a way to show Elon Musk that we can leave this app. Some people sign up because we are just there in case Elon Musk does anyhow. We will just take the template from Twitter and go to Thread. So I'm used to the kind of conversations Twitter has. So I'm coming to Thread. It's not like I'm just testing out this new social media type of conversation. I already have the experience. I'm just translating it. And that is what also brings the disappointment, because it's not exactly like the
Twitter.
same.
Like
Second thing is you are not starting with 0 followers. Pretty much you have your friends and family. And that sort of puts an identity on you. Because the people that are automatically your friends on Threads are people that are your friends on Instagram. Somehow you will want to keep your comportment. You want to show them training.
You want to.
Yeah, on Twitter, I could be on Twitter and there's no family or friends in my list of friends.
Violent.
If people know me as a violent people, they follow me for my violence. But you are starting Threads with about 120 friends. So if you come out and start talking about women, bomb, and all of that, people will be like, why did you lose it?
And you're actually right. Because
and you can't change that identity because it's copying the template, your profile image, your description, everything from Instagram. So you have to keep your responsibility. So it's an extension of Instagram that way.
Yeah, it is actually. It is different because that was the first when I opened it, I already saw like tens of people already requested, like, and I'm like,
Pastor this, Pastor Bola.
yeah, and I'm seeing some churchy kind of, and I'm like, you are here, okay, and since then I've been like, okay, let's just, let's keep it halal,
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, if those people send you those friend requests even before you open your account and you don't accept, you don't know if they would know.
True.
Plus now they can even go and search your name now. Like, bro, this guy is on Threads now.
But I send requests to my son and he's not accepting.
Never
I don't know
accept
that
it,
your son wants to unleash violence without you knowing about it.
Because that's things I can put on Twitter that I'll think twice and think again before I actually write the thread.
Most of our parents are not even on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's not the place
It's
for
only
them.
until it spills onto IG or WhatsApp.
Exactly. So we will have done most of the violence on Twitter before they come on board. But by the time you are not taking this conversation to Thread, they can see you firsthand.
Immediately.
See who they give birth.
So we can have honest conversations on Thread.
All right. So yeah, today's conversation, it's about Threads, Twitter. We're talking about Threads launch on Thursday. And it's been said to be the killer of Twitter by some media platforms. Killer of Twitter, twin to Twitter, brother to... so many things. But we're having a conversation. Can he actually take over Twitter? Or would it just be another guy out there that has tried to compete with Twitter? Right? And we've shared our experiences about Threads so far. What we've thought about the app. Our first experience and all of those things. But going forward now, right? There are some things we've seen on Threads that were not there on Twitter, or some things we've seen on Twitter that are not there on Threads. What do you think Threads should be doing, Mark and his team, going forward? What are those crazy things you like to see on Threads that would make you maybe feel like Twitter-ish or not, but make you feel, this is an app I want to continuously use?
Bring DMs back. There are DMs on Threads, and yes, we want to interact with people away from the public eye. So that's very important. And also the lack of hashtags. Like sometimes I don't really want to read what the people I'm following are tweeting about. I don't know what the conversation is generally. So I know that very soon. I'm hoping that very soon. That's one of the first things that we'll see. If Okocha is trending, if President Tinubu is trending, Twitter used to be that first source of information for me sometimes. Yeah. Even if there are fake news on that platform sometimes, but still, let me just know what every other person is saying. I can't get that on Threads just yet. So those are some of the changes I'm trying to see. You can just look at every O that Twitter failed to plug.
And just plug it in.
And just plug it in.
Hey, I know you are not on Threads yet. But what's that one feature that if Threads imputes today, you would join?
I think it's the unlimited video this
upload.
Yes.
But you have it on Twitter now. Why are you still looking for it on Threads?
Okay, I don't know if this whole Threads stuff is going to have like premium plan. But if it's going to be and if it's cheaper, I feel like many people want to.
Instagram already has like paid verification.
Yeah.
Or they are still launching it out, so it's not everywhere yet, but they already have it. So I'm guessing Thread along the
The
line.
good thing is that, I mean, they need to have more influencers. They ask you what's your job. I'm a trade influencer.
People are started doing master classes. I saw one flyer yesterday. Yeah, I don't know how true it is.
Ain't no way.
I saw it. I don't know how true it is, but I saw one yesterday. How I made 5 figures within the first 24 hours of Thread. Thread strategy master class, something. Then his name. Then he puts a Thread specialist.
Come back.
And I'm like, even Mark does not understand the app yet. Who you? It's interesting that people are already becoming influencers or trying to become influencers on Thread when it's barely 2 days old. David, what was that feature, right? Like you're looking to see Mark and his team implement on Threads?
Yeah, first of all, what brought us to this point is the $8 Twitter blue payment. So Thread should not ever think about it.
But they did on Instagram. It's not everywhere yet, Sha.
For verification.
Yeah, verification.
But they are not limiting my use of the app.
Yeah.
So what Musk did was to try to refocus Twitter into a money-making machine. Then he created that option, put all the button everywhere, Twitter blue. But he realized that the people just wanted the conversation. They don't want to be a paying customer. Then he's trying to force all of us by restricting, by putting a limit on how we can enjoy our conversations. Then everybody decided that let's look for alternative.
You know what? I'm not doing
Then
this.
Thread came into the conversation. So Thread should never go that path. Learning number one. That's a feature they should never introduce. Second is, like Tommy was said, I would really love to see what other people are discussing. Discover what other conversations are there. I really want to follow and be followed by people who are not my friends. I really do not want to be friends with anybody who is my friend already. Right? I have Facebook and Instagram for specific purposes. Twitter or Thread is supposed to be for something else. And really, that is what it should be. Most importantly, I do not want Threads to be a place where people come to post pictures and videos. That is what it seems to look like now. Twitter is a place.
Far.
So let the Mark and his team should come up with a text limit. Maybe 280, maybe 300, but 5,000, no.
It's too much.
Even people who pay for it on Twitter and they write all those, I
just scroll past.
If I really want to read, if I want to read long text, I go to LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Don't come on Twitter and do Thread on Thread. Do Thread on Thread. Start with Thread and say you are doing. So if I'm reading 30 tweets to get the story, I know I'm reading 30 tweets and I can engage each one. If there's one I want to like, if there's one I don't like, I know. But don't write a long thread. Okay,
True.
Those two things are important for me. Let people have the ability to discover and see other topics. 2, do not, I repeat, do not make it an endless conversation. Bring a restriction, give a limit to the number of text that we can use.
And knowing Mark can actually play the long game in terms of monetizing it. So I don't really see Mark going the Elon Musk route, and forcing people to pay. I mean, we've been using WhatsApp for free, literally, for several years now, and it's still not monetizing WhatsApp yet, right? As much as the other platforms. It's just like CSR. Cook. Just be cooking like on WhatsApp
Just
and
listening to your voice and checking your chat.
Yeah. So last thoughts, right? Threads, Twitter. Do you think Threads will take over Twitter? Like, do you actually think in the next few months or in the next few weeks or even a year or two, Threads will become that Twitter that everybody is running to, and Twitter will just become there?
For who Mark is to incorporate all the features that you can ever think of in Thread on Twitter back to Thread. I don't think Threads take over. I don't think Threads take over Twitter, because Twitter has been there for a very long time. When TikTok came out, incorporated Reels, people are still watching TikTok. People are still on TikTok. So I mean, Mark, I don't think he's going to do that. Twitter has been there for a very, very long time. I mean, even us here that you have a Thread account, I don't think you want to leave Twitter. The violence is still there. Maybe when he brings the violence to Threads, maybe. I don't think it's just going to be that other app you have on your phone. I'll be like, okay, when I'm done on Twitter, when you've exceeded your limits, then you go to Threads and go and check out what is there. I don't think that's how it's going to be for it.
True. David, do you think?
Funny enough, I think it might. I think it might because Twitter has its own limitations that we can't see. Not very many people knew that watching videos back to back on a scroll was a thing until TikTok came. So all Threads needs to do is discover that one thing that is missing,
And people would
and
kill for
implement
it.
it, and people will just jump on it.
Yeah, true.
That's the way it works. So if you're used to Twitter now, you think Twitter is the best thing after sliced bread. It might just be that Thread will just come up on something that is different. And I've heard people say, "Oh, we have True Social, we have Blue Sky, we have Matador. They couldn't take over from Twitter, so Thread is just going to be one of the things." No, this guy had 50 million in 24 hours. No, he's not going to be like that. He has the capacity to do this in a long time. And just think about the connectedness of Twitter, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. That is a very powerful machine. Most importantly, if it ends up becoming a marketing tool that is very effective, Elon Musk might just be driven out by the money factor.
Musk, watch your back, right? Toby, what do you think?
So, for some of us, we grew up with Twitter. Like, for a long time, at some point in my life, I would wake up in the morning, I'll pray, I'll pick up my phone.
You open Twitter.
Sometimes I won't even pray, but I hope my mother does not listen to this. But, like David said, Meta, so far, they've shown a way of being very strategic, right? People thought that TikTok was going to knock Instagram out of the park. Instagram is still here. Like, many other people have brought competition, but they've always found a way to either use influencers, use strategies, or find that extra feature that will make you come back to the app all the time. So I expect that Threads will unlock that in the future. But for the Twitterati, to quote my colleague Dennis, we will try to stay as loyal as possible until Elon Musk chases us out, and then we hope that Zuckerberg will chase him out of the market.
Yeah, I'll be following your cue too. I think Mark is someone not to bet against when it comes to social media. So far, he has shown that he is the king of social media. He has billions of people on his platform cross board. Instagram with over 1.4 billion users, Facebook with like 4 billion, WhatsApp with about 2 or so. That's even if he gets 10% of all of these people on Threads, you're talking of like 400
million people.
Twitter is just about 600 million or thereabout. So if within 1 month or 1 year he gets 400 million people, Twitter has had about 20 years or so to get there, and they're still not. So I really look forward to the battle. Yeah.
What I feel like, Blue Sky has not launched. Like,
They've not launched?
like readily available for anybody to just download. You need to get like.
So
when Blue, and what this guy did was this period that Elon Musk was like limit and all of that, he now launched. This period that Elon Musk is going through hell. So like a very good marketing strategy. People are like, okay, I'm going to leave Elon Musk and come here. So when Blue Sky launched, I feel like the commission is going to tighten, now be Blue Sky, because people are really
I don't see Blue Sky as a competitor. No.
So the guy just
so it's a game of numbers. So
Mark
one thing Mark Zuckerberg has is numbers. Look at Instagram. Instagram has over 1 billion users, right?
I get 1.4.
It's numbers. So forget about the. In fact, it's not a game of UI UX. It's numbers. TikTok does not have the best UX. It's numbers. So this guy has a lot of users on Instagram. Let's just cap it at 1 billion. If he gets 30% of that 1 billion to use Threads, it has more numbers than Twitter and Blue Sky. And that was how WhatsApp became the major force over Telegram and others. If I want to get your contact, you're on WhatsApp. You are not on Telegram. You're on WhatsApp. You're not on Telegram. You're on WhatsApp. At the end of the day, I'll be forced to use WhatsApp. That's just the way it is. So it's a game of numbers. Twitter has a real challenge, and they know. You can see the tweet by the CEO.
Yeah,
and Elon Musk is panicking.
So
if he can bring superior powers to to force Mark Zuckerberg not to take the action.
Interesting twist would be if the decider of their fight would be whoever wins.
I mean, the fight is going to be
get
very
to keep
tough
their
now.
platform.
Yeah,
But that would be interesting. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of our conversation today. I hope you've had a trading experience with us. Think about
Trading
it.
experience.
Think about it. Think about it.
Don't
Alright.
don't leave it.
So as our custom is, we share our social media handles, but this time we're just going to be sharing threads social media handles, so we can build
I
communities
see.
outside. But
Oh,
don't
I
worry,
see.
don't worry. You join us later. So mine is Ackdown07, just in case you're wondering. Tomiwo.
7 Omiwo. That's Tomiwo, but the 7 instead of a T.
David.
Aphorisms, AFORISMS_.
So you can trade with me on threads, right? I'm
I'll
dropping this
trade it to
bankers.
you back.
What's happening? And yes, this podcast Techbytes is brought to you by TechNext, and you can follow TechNext on all platforms and
Including
trade with
Threads.
TechNext on Threads too, right? At technext.ng. At the same time, you can listen to Techbytes on all podcast platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon, everywhere, right? Just search Techbytes, TECHBYTES, and you'll see it. So till we come to your ears and your eyes again next week, take care and have a trading week.
Peace.